lagi ko pong sinasabi, paulit-ulit, hindi po ako abogado. Ako po ay madalas akusado. Ako po ay ex-convict. Kaya ako po ay sanay sa korte. Ako po ay laging humaharap sa korte. Lahat po ng mga proceeding ng korte na abutan ko na hanggang po sa pakakakulong.
With the indulgence of Senator Pimentel, Chair would now like to recognize Senator Padilla. You may proceed, sir.
Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo. Katulad po ng sinabi ni Senator Joel Villanueva, ako po ay hindi po ako abogado, katulad po ni Senator Bato. Pero sa maikling panahon ko po dito, lagi natin binubuksan ang ating rules. At yan po ang unang-unang dinala sa akin nung ako po ay nanalong senador at ako po ay pinuntahan ng sekretariat. Ang una pong binigay sa akin ay yung rules. Napaka-importante ng rules. Yan po ang unang-una talagang isinaksak sa aking ulo. At bukod po doon, tradisyon. May tradisyon dito na kailangan susundin mo, lalo ka na neophyte. Ngayon, ang tanong ko po, sa dalawang nangyaring impeachment, yan po ay kay Pangulong Estrada at kay Chief Justice Corona. Lagi pong dinadala doon sa Committee ng Rules. At yan po ay inaasahan natin sa pagkakataong ito na doon uli makarating. At hindi naman din po ako kumokontra, katulad din po ni Senator Villanueva. Kung meron po tayo mga gustong baguhin, bakit naman po ako kokontra? Dahil yan nga po ang gusto ko, yan ang aking tagline, pagbabago. Pero hindi naman po siguro dapat sa oras na ito. Bakit naman sa oras na ito tayo gagawa ng isang bagay na katulad din po ng sinabi ni Senator Bato de la Rosa, talaga po bang tayo ay gusto nating magkahiwa-hiwalay na talaga? Yung po bang bansa natin talaga gusto na nating gutay-gutayin? Kung meron po tayong gustong baguhin, hindi po dapat siguro yan sa oras na ito, sa panahon na ito, at sa pagkakataon na ito. At katulad din po ng sinabi ko, lagi ko pong sinasabi, paulit-ulit, hindi po ako abogado. Ako po ay madalas akusado. Ako po ay ex-convict. Kaya ako po ay sanay sa korte. Ako po ay laging humaharap sa korte. Lahat po ng mga proceeding ng korte na abutan ko na hanggang po sa pakakakulong. Kailangan po siguro maipaintindi po natin sa lahat na due process. Kailangan dumaan po tayo sa due process. Hindi po tayo pwedeng palundag-lundag. Yun lamang po. Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo.
Thank you, Senator Padilla. Senator, what is the pleasure of the Honorable Ejercito?
Yes, Mr. President, just like to second the motion of
you may proceed, sir.
The parliamentary inquiry, Mr. President, doon po sa punto na ni-raise po ni Senator Villanueva regarding at present the rules on impeachment trials. The Senate has the duty to inform the House of Representatives that we are ready to receive the prosecutors. My inquiry is that in case we act on the motion of the minority, that we proceed immediately. Are we obliged as a body, as a Senate, obliged to issue new sets of notices? Yun lang po ang inquiry ko, Mr. President, because from what I gathered, that it's our duty to inform the House that we are ready to receive the prosecutors, and likewise, probably the Vice President as the accused in this case, Mr. President.
President.
What is Majority Floor Leader?
Mr. President, before we recognize the distinguished minority leader, perhaps to rephrase again.
No, maybe to respond, to help our colleague, Mr. President.
I don't think we're there yet.
I think
Majority Leader, we're still
Senator JB
in the period of debate.
Soliciting some information, Mr. President.
Yes, Mr. President.
So can we?
The minority
Yes,
leader
yes.
may proceed.
So this is my interpretation of Rule 1, Mr. President. Ang pinaka-importante rito is the communication from the Senate to the House that the Senate has taken proper order of the impeachment case that you have filed. Yung mga detalye as to when na-adjust, yung original nga niya na June 2, na-adjust niya to June 11 in a subsequent communication. So my point is, if we convene as a court now, and then as a court we agree to advance their appearance before us to tomorrow, we just also communicate. But you can also you can also disagree and that maintain the appearance sa Wednesday. But the point is, my motion is to convene as a court now. We take our oaths now. The impeachment court has been convened. This is more in keeping with the spirit of the Constitution na ang action agad. Tapos pala, balikan ko na lang yung issue kanina just for the record kasi yung pagtagalog ko or yung pagka-Filipino ko sa provision na English na nasa Constitution, dun yun sa official Filipino version. Ang sinabi dun, sunod agad. So do not dispute na hindi ang katumbas ng forthwith sa Filipino ay hindi agad. Agad nga yung nasa official version. So hindi na ako mas marunong sa mga nag-translate po ng Constitution sa Filipino, sa wikang Pilipino. So I hope this will help our colleague, my explanation will help our colleague when he makes his decision on the pending motion. So, with that, Mr. President, I think I've already restated my main motion earlier, Mr. President. So, I think it's time that we dispose of the pending matter, Mr. President.
Mr. President,
Kasi mix.
Senator
Zubiri.
What is the pleasure of the Honorable Zubiri?
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, just to add to the discussions, because the Senate right now is under extreme pressure. All eyes are on us, Your Honors. And each Congress, each Senate has stood up to many of these challenges. On my time, it was the fake People's Initiative that we defeated. Now it's about the impeachment of our Vice President. So we must act in accordance to our rules and traditions and precedent. Many sides have been spoken and explained. The good Minority Floor Leader wishes to have it the soonest possible time, although our precedence, Mr. President, is that we file it to the Committee on Rules. The Rules releases the report, and then we take action as jury, as judges on this impeachment court. Ang akin lang po, sana kung ganun po ang proseso na pipiliin natin, no, didesisyonan natin, gawin natin kaagad. Ako po ay taga Mindanao. Pareho po kami ni Senator Bato de la Rosa. Kaya ako hindi naniniwala sa mga survey. Kasi the surveys were read wrong in May, what was that? May 12? May 12, 2025. All surveys were thrown out the window. And the real story was 7 of the 12 senators were not members of the alliance. So, of the national government. So, ibig sabihin, may mensahe po silang ipinapadala sa taong, sa lahat, sa buong Pilipinas, na kaming sa tagasulok ng Mindanao at Visayas ay meron din boses pagdating sa halalan. Pero bilang senador, Mr. President, we must do our constitutional mandate with due respect to all those concerned. Mandato natin sa Constitution yan. At nang hindi natin gagawin yan, ay bugbog tayo sa mata ng publiko. So that's why I agree with the Minority Floor Leader. Whatever the outcome of the trial, you end up voting. For one, I think it is a weak case, but I will reserve my judgment until all the evidence is presented to us, and then we will make the proper vote when the time comes. Pero ang punto dyan ay dadaan tayo, kailangan natin dumaan sa constitutional process that was given by our forefathers when they wrote the 1987 Constitution. Yun lamang po. Huwag na po natin patagalin pa. At sa tingin ko, isa pang tanong ay pwede ba ito tumawid sa 20th Congress? Personally, I've said this to the media. I said, personally, I think hindi siya pwedeng itawid sa 20th Congress. Na kung pwede, pagdebatihan na natin yan ngayon. Kung gusto nyo, hanggang petsa 30 ng Hunyo, araw-gabi, nandito tayo. Pero kasi, meron pa mga constitutional questions with the Supreme Court. So, my point being is, let us follow our constitutional mandate of the Constitution. So I agree with the minority leader, but at the same time, I also agree with our colleagues, Mr. President, that proper procedure should be followed. Para pabilisan na lang natin yan. Para mabitisan natin na maayos, mapakinggan natin ang mga ebidensya, kontra at pabor sa ating mahal na Vice Presidente, and then we make the decision at the proper time. But I don't think we can skirt from our constitutional duty. I'm not a lawyer. I'm an agriculturist. But I truly believe when I took my oath to defend and protect the Constitution, we must do so without fear or favor. Yun lamang. At the end of the day, this is a political exercise. Boboto tayo. Di boboto tayo. Tama? Minority Leader? Yun lamang po, Mr. President. I just had to weigh in. Because the Senate, I love the Senate, Mr. President. I love this institution. And I don't want to see all the brickbats that are being thrown to us saying that we are not doing our duty. We must stand up, rise to this occasion, and do our duty. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Subiro. Before we dispose of the matter pending at hand,
President, I think Senator Grace Poe is seeking the floor.
Is recognized.
Mr. President, it's really, I think, beneficial for all of us to have heard also the opinions and also the research of our colleagues, particularly what was mentioned by both Senator Coco and Senator Risa, na it doesn't really matter what our personal opinions are with regards to the issue. What we are really trying to follow right now is what our mandate is, which is to actually make sure that we exercise this right to hear the cases on both sides. Eh, hindi pa na nga natin naririnig yung mga kaso dahil hindi pa nga napepresenta. Hindi tayo makakagawa ng mga desisyon ukol dyan. At saka kami rin po, hindi na rin kami aabot doon sa punto kung saan magkakaroon ng desisyon. Pero naniniwala ako na ito nga ay ating responsibilidad na dinggin. Ngayon, ang tanong ko lang, kasi sinasabi palagi, no, alam naman natin, abogado si Minority Leader Coco Pimentel, na sinasabi niya, we cannot exactly say that this is the same as the rules of the court, because this is also a political exercise. Meaning, I also agree that it can continue. Kasi nga, di ba yung sa Senate Electoral Tribunal cases na natapos na yung isang Congress, ay patuloy pa rin yung mga kaso dyan. So, pero ang isang tanong ko, ewan ko kung may makakasagot nito, kasi di ba ang official date na matatapos talaga yung 19th Congress is June 30, di ba? So, is there anything in the rules that says that even if we adjourn on the 11th, na pwede pang ipagpatuloy yan kung if the Senate President, for example, makes a motion and then we vote on it? Is this something that can be continued until June 30? Yun lang yung tanong ko. May makakasagot ba niyan?
Maybe the Minority Leader, being a lawyer, can readily answer the question of Senator Grace.
Majority Leader is also a lawyer, but
where is the Majority
nowhere to
Leader?
be found. But, Mr. President, yan po yung atin ng sinasagot noon kasi nag-introduce sila ng konsepto na pagka sine die adjournment, no matter can be taken up. Inayos na natin yan, na sinabi natin, non-legislative matters can still be taken up.
Kaya meron
So,
mga
up-
hearing.
Yes, up to, no, hindi na, non-legislative na, kasi ang hearing, ang committee hearings, legislative pa rin yun. So, a non-legislative matter can still be taken up. Pero may hangganan, up to, may hangganan yung kami, for example, na end of term, hanggang 12 noon of June 30 lang kami, 2025, pwede mag-participate sa non-legislative matters because our terms are ending or have ended.
No,
So-
exactly my point. So, you can still participate because it's a political exercise, not necessarily legislative,
Yes.
hanggang June 30.
12 noon, kami po mag-graduate na. Opo.
Okay. Eh, paano yung mga hindi mag-graduate?
Well, no problem. Tuloy-tuloy.
Mr. President.
Because at a minute after 12 noon, actually, or a split second after 12 noon, the newly elected senators are joining you. Yung mga hindi gagraduate, they have by force of law joined the remaining 12 senators.
So, pwedeng tuloy-tuloy.
In my opinion, yes, pwedeng tuloy.
Hindi, pero paano ngayon? Kasi, di ba, mag-a-adjourn tayo sine die on the 11th, right? So, ibig sabihin, wala nang mga hearings din nun kasi legislative matter yon.
The committee hearings pursuant to bills and resolutions, yes, wala na po.
About investigations?
Wala na po.
Wala na talaga.
Wala na.
Okay. So,
May I,
that's
Mr.
just a
President?
clarification I wanted to make. Kasi minsan, pag nagkakaroon tayo ng break, di ba? Break tayo, pero tuloy pa rin yung mga hearings. Kasi, basically, that's still a whole term eh. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin yun. So dito, in this case, sinidya tayo, no more legislative matters, but others can be tackled.
Yes, there have been Supreme Court cases ruling that the non-legislative function of the Senate continues even after the sine die adjournment of the Senate as a legislative body.
Okay, I guess this is something that we need to be... maybe the majority leader can clarify.
Just to put some meat to
Senator
what the
Joel.
minority leader is talking about, I am not a lawyer, but as a student of history, the impeachment court is sui generis, a class of its own, and as mentioned by the minority leader a while ago, the Supreme Court decision, Pimentel Jr. versus Joint Congress, Mr. President, napakaklaro po doon that the adjournment does not necessarily affect its non-legislative functions. Doon bang rules doon po sa yung Senate rules as provided in Rule L, Section 135 of the same, nakalagay po doon, the Senate can carry over an impeachment into a subsequent Congress. At sinasite po nito yung Riddick's precedents and practices. It cited as an example yung impeachment against U.S. District Attorney, etc., etc. So just to put that on record, Mr. President, and help in the discussion of my dear colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Joel. Majority Leader, I think you have
Just a
a
point of clarification. There was
different
a rule.
opinion.
There was a rule mentioned pronouncing a carryover. May we know the
Yes.
exact page?
Maybe Senator Coco Pimentel, may you please answer the query of the Majority Leader, Mr. Minority Leader?
The exact provision, Mr. President. May we know the exact provision because I've been scrutinizing this for the last several days.
Are you referring to the rules of the Senate?
That's what
As mentioned earlier, Mr. President, yung suppletory, Mr. President, yung Riddick's precedents and practices. Yun po yung binanggit natin,
Yes,
which is suppletory to the Senate rules as provided in Rule L, Section 135, Mr. President. Thank you.
Just a quick retort, Mr. President. If with the permission of Senator Grace Poe, still has the floor. Just a quick retort. Alam mo, Mr. President, laging nababanggit yung i-clarify ko lang. Matagal ko nang gusto itong i-clarify ito. Meron daw mga Supreme Court decision. Kung nang gusto kong i-clarify ito, meron daw mga Supreme Court decisions na sinasabi pwedeng ituloy yung non-legislative functions. Binabanggit yung Pimentel versus the Pimentel case, National Board of Canvassers. Meron pang binabanggit yung I think Francisco. Mr. President, let me just clarify this. For the sake of academic and scholarly good atmosphere for law students and members of the bar as well. Alam niyo po, yung mga binabanggit na non-legislative functions wherein the Supreme Court allowed the continuation way beyond the period of or the lifespan of a Congress refers to a periodically created constitutional ad hoc body. Alam niyo po yung National Board of Canvassers, pagkatapos ng isang eleksyon, presidential elections, nakalagay sa ating saligang batas, created talaga yon to count and canvass and to proclaim. Ganon din po yung mga ilang tribunals, yung mga electoral tribunals, etc. etc. Periodic, predictable, regular, constitutional ad hoc bodies. Kaya po tuloy-tuloy yun kasi ni kuman po ang Constitution, merong provision pertaining to this periodically created ad hoc bodies. Ang impeachment trial court po is not periodic. Hindi po ito tuwing magkaka-eleksyon merong impeachment trial court. Hindi po ito regularly created. Ito po ay nakikreate lang pag merong nagsampa ng kaso sang-ayon po doon sa ating saligang batas that would trigger the words initiate coming from the House of Representatives, the word again, often used, yung forthwith. Kakaiba po yung mga non-legislative bodies na periodically created na sinasabing pwedeng tumawid. Kaya po ang sinasabi ko lagi, ang atin pong constitutional clock deadline is June 30. Dahil wala naman pong nagsabi na pwede tayong tumawid beyond June 30 as a Congress. Citations were made. Concerning the British Parliament, the US Senate. Alam niyo po, yung British Parliament, the last impeachment case was held 1806. Yung po yung sinasite ng US Senate. Pero those bodies are structurally different from the Philippine Senate. Kaya hindi po tayo continuing. Pwede sabihin, partially continuing. We all cite cases with reference to continuing body words coming from decisions of the Supreme Court interpreting the 1935 Constitution. Ito yung sinabi ko last week na yung 1935 Constitution, ang eleksyon ng senador, 888. Meron lagi na iiwan 16. Ganon din po sa British Parliament na yung House of Lords ay naiiwan because lifetime po sila. Yung life peers, yung hereditary peers, yung religious peers, 780 members of the British Parliament, yung House of Lords, forever na po yun. Kaya continuing po sila. Yung po yung sinasite ni na Jefferson, yung po yung sinasite ng US Senate, kasi po, ginaya po nila yung US Senate, 100 senators, 67 naiiwan dahil 33 ang na ini-elect every 2 years. So, structurally different po ang Philippine Senate under the 1987 Constitution. Kaya hindi po pwedeng tumawid. Sa mga nakikinig ngayon, nagkaroon ba ho ng dereliction of duty, remiss ba ho ang Senado? Hindi po. Naniniwala po tayo, sinabi kanina na sinimulan po ni Senate President. Ako nga po kanina, for the information of this body, para po magkaroon ng semblance of rules. Sinabi ko, we can do this in 19 days. I filed Senate Resolution 1367 para makita kaya natin gumawa ng trial calendar. Sabi nila, napakabilis yung 19 days. Si President Trump na impeach 5 days. Si President Clinton, maigsi din po yun. So ibig ko sabihin, Mr. President, we can still start the impeachment process, but I stick to the constitutional precept that we cannot carry over. We cannot allow a crossover or carry over because it is not part of the Constitution. We can only interpret the word as enshrined in the Constitution. I'm sorry, Senator Grace, I've taken much of your time.
No,
I just
actually,
responded to some queries, statements made a while ago, and just to spread this into the record before we again ask the good minority leader to perhaps rephrase his motion.
No, I think it's very important for us to hear all sides with regards to the matter. And what just to clarify what the gentleman from Cavite is saying, that sige, dinggin natin ito hanggang 30th ng June, pwede. Huwag lang tayo lalagpas doon sapagkat hindi na pwede.
Correct.
Okay, ngayon, ito yung tanong ko, yung sa respondent, meron siyang apparently 10 days para sumagot, di ba? Hindi pa na-file na ba sa Committee on Rules dito?
Not yet.
So, has she been notified already of what she has to face, and has the 10 days started? Not yet, right?
Not yet.
Okay, so meaning, if let's say we start on the 11th, which is Wednesday, or even tomorrow, which is the 10th, so hindi pa talaga sila pwedeng humarap hanggang 20th. Kasi 10 days eh. Di ba? So, pwede ba tayo magkaroon ng hearing na yung respondent ay hindi pa ready with her reply? I mean, is there a process within the impeachment that does not require the respondent to be present yet? It's just the presentation of, I don't know, evidence. I mean, this is just a parliamentary query.
Meron po kasi magko-constitute nga as an impeachment court at manunumpa. Manunumpa yung Senate President as the presiding officer of the trial court. Manunumpa rin po lahat tayo.
So hanggang panunumpa lang. How about the presentation of evidence? Pwede ba?
Wala pa ho. Yung presentation ng articles of impeachment to be done by the panel of prosecutors. Yung susunod-sunod, pag nagkaroon na ng joinder of issues after the submission of the answer, doon na po matitrigger po yung iba. Yung prosecution has the right to reply.
Oo.
Tapos sunod-sunod na po yun.
So ang ibig sabihin, after the swearing in and then reading of the articles of impeachment, may break ng 10 days. Kasi ihintayin pa natin yung sagot eh.
Correct.
Okay, so wala din namang mangyayari. So, what the gentleman is saying na pwede natin to stretch until the end, hindi rin eh. Kasi 10 days na lang din ang matitira from let's say the 10th until the 30th. 10th, 20th,
21st to 30th.
21.
I filed
20 days.
Yes.
20 days. So 20 days.
I filed an indicative calendar just to show Mr. President na sa taong bayan na hindi naman natin nakaligtaan yung ating trabaho.
Hindi, pero tama. Pero the
iniwan
actual,
nating nakatiwangwang.
Tama. But the actual discussions can't begin until after the earliest, the 21st. Diba? Kasi wala pang response. Yun lang.
Correct po yun. Pero yung sa yung submission of trial briefs, June 22, etc., until the rendition of a verdict, Mr. President.
Pwede ba yun? Parang budget, yung wala nang matutulong para lang tapusin yun?
Siguro po, kung with the cooperation and physical, kung papayag po kayo, kung papayag din po ang prosecutors.
No, but kasi I'm also of the opinion, okay? Well, first of all, we cannot make judgments right now. Yeah. And I feel that it is the right of the respondent to be able to defend herself.
Correct.
And in fact, we can never say whether guilty or not kasi hindi pa nga natin alam eh.
Correct.
And the respondent herself is saying na give her a chance also to be able to confront. I mean, she's confident about it. But I agree with the minority leader that kung yung Senate Electoral Tribunal, which is actually, of national interest, but maybe not as much as this one, na itatawid natin for other Congresses, and even in the US, natatawid din yung impeachment to the next Congress. I know what you're saying. There's no term limit in the US. Pero I think, again, may mga nakausap akong members of who served before in the Supreme Court. This is a political exercise. It's not, I guess, it's not bound by very strict rules of court. So, yun lang. But we appreciate what the minority leader is also raising. Because nga naman, I mean, these are two schools of thought, but we are all in agreement here that we cannot make judgments at this point, but we have to definitely hear it. Thank you.
We totally agree.
Mr. President, the good Deputy Minority Leader is seeking the floor. Would that she be recognized?
With the permission of Senator Ontiveros, Senators Estrada and Gatchalian also raised their hand to be recognized, and they haven't been heard. Will the lady kindly yield to them?
I apologize, Mr. President. Senator Gatchalian raised his hand first. I move that he be recognized with the permission of Senator Ontiveros.
Senator Gatchalian is recognized. What is your pleasure, sir?
Actually, Mr. President, I would be more than happy to yield to our good Deputy Minority Leader, Mr. President. Go ahead.
That being the case, the Honorable Ontiveros is recognized. You may proceed, ma'am.
Salamat, Mr. President, at salamat sa good gentleman from Valenzuela. Paalala ko lang po yung motion ng minority leader ay to convene at this very moment. At gusto kong ibalik sana yung atensyon ng lahat doon. Pero dun sa sinabi na rin naman ni Majority Leader, binanggit nila yung ilang mga kaso na dinesisyon na ng Korte Suprema, and these are Chavez versus Judicial and Bar Council at saka Pimentel Jr. versus Joint Committee of Congress, kung saan sinabi lang naman ng Korte Suprema dun sa una that impeachment is a non-legislative function of the Senate. At dun sa pangalawa, that non-legislative functions of the Senate are not affected by the shift between Congresses. Hindi po nag-distinguish ang Korte Suprema sa sinasabing periodic at saka non-periodic functions. Basta sinabi niya non-periodic functions tulad ng impeachment, na ito non-legislative functions ng Senado at ang mga ito ay hindi apektado sa shift between Congresses. Pero yun na nga po, yan ay isang desisyon na pwede nating kunin at a later point in the impeachment trial. Ang unang gusto lamang i-activate ng motion ng minority leader ay sa pamamagitan nga ng motion niya to convene at this very moment. And bago ko tapusin itong intervention, Mr. President, at ibalik nga sa motion ng minority leader, quick comment lang dun sa ni-raise ng good gentleman from Davao dahil nakabalik na rin sila sa floor tungkol po sa kagustuhan ng Pilipino, no, at iba pa dito sa usapin ng impeachment trial. Gaya ng sinabi ng minority leader kanina, hindi pa naman tayo nag-uusap ng conviction ba o acquittal. Pinag-uusapan pa lang natin yung pag-convene ng impeachment court. Kaya ano yung masamang maidudulot ng panunumpa natin? At ito, kailangan nating desisyonan. Yes, alang-alang sa taong bayan, lahat po tayo ay mayroong hindi lang karapatan pero responsibilidad, pag-isipan at pag-usapan ang taong bayan. So lastly, again, Mr. President, ibalik ko lang dun sa motion ng minority leader, which is simply and importantly to convene at this very moment. Salamat, Mr. President.
Senator Gatchalian is recognized. Thereafter, Senator Estrada.
Maraming salamat. Thank you very much, Mr. President. It's a brief manifestation, Mr. President. Dapat ho maintindihan ng ating mga kasamahan at ng ating mga kababayan na pinag-uusapan ho natin ngayon ay hindi pa ho yung merits nung kaso. Hindi pa ho natin pinag-uusapan yung kaso mismo ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Ang pinag-uusapan lang ho natin ngayon yung ating constitutional duty under Article 11, Section 3, Number 4, na kung saan pag na-transmit na ho sa atin ang Articles of Impeachment ng House of Representatives, Senado na po ang mag-hold ng trial. Ito po ang sinumpaang responsibilidad ho natin sa ilalim ng saligang batas. At ito rin po ang sinumpaan ho nating duty or solemn duty nung tayo po ay naging senador. Natatandaan ko nung 3 years ago, nanumpa ho tayo to support and defend the Constitution. Kaya mga kasama, dapat ho natin maintindihan na ito rin po ay parte ng proseso ho natin pagdating ho sa accountability. At napakahalaga po ang proseso. Para sa akin, ang proseso ay isang bagay na dapat ho natin sundin dahil ito po ang magpapatibay po ng ating sistema ng demokrasya. Kung titignan ho natin, di malayong lugar, dito po sa Asia, sa South Korea, kung nagkaroon rin ho sila ng impeachment process ho doon. Yung kanilang Pangulo ay na-impeach. At nung yun po ay nangyari, katulad rin po sa atin, marami rin po lumabas sa kalsada, marami rin po nagpapahiwatig ng kanilang saloobin, at mukhang magulo pag nanonood ho tayo ng telebisyon. Pero kung tatanungin ho natin yung mga investors, tatanungin din ho natin mga kaibigan ho nating South Korean, kampante ho sila na hindi ho mangyayaring isang napakalalang gulo sa kanilang lugar dahil alam nila ang proseso ay nasusunod. Yung proseso ng impeachment sa kanilang bansa ay nasusunod. At ganun nga ho ang nangyari. No, nagkaroon ho ng pagdinig, na-impeach yung kanilang Pangulo, nagkaroon ho ng isang pagboto ng bagong presidente at ngayon, balik na ho sila sa normal. Kaya mga kasama, ang aking punto ho dito ay ang proseso ay napakahalaga para po maging matibay po ang sistema ng demokrasya ho natin at higit sa lahat, magkaroon ng malinaw na pananagutan ang mga personalidad na binigyan ho natin ng tiwala para po manilbihan sa ating bansa. Hindi lang po ang impeachment ay hindi lang po limitado sa presidente at vice president. Kasama ho dito members of the Supreme Court, members of the Constitutional Commission, ang ombudsman ay kasama ho dito. Kaya kung ano po ang ginagawa ho natin ngayon, ay ganoon rin pong pananugutan na gagawin ho natin sa ibang personalidad kung sila po ay magkakasala. Kaya mga kasama, muli, ito po ay hindi na po nating desisyon o hindi na po nating choice. Ito po ay ang ating constitutional duty at ito po ay ang ating sinumpaan na responsibilidad nung tayo po ay naging senador. At meron po rin akong isang katanungan sa ating minority leader, no, ang movant nitong motion ho natin. May mga narinig rin po ako sa television kanina na ito pong articles of impeachment ay tila merong constitutional infirmity. At gusto ko siyang tanungin dahil hindi lang ho dahil siya po ay movant, alam ko nag-top rin ho siya sa bar once upon a time. Kaya gusto ko malaman gusto ko marinig ang kanyang opinion na meron ba hong kapangyarihan ang Senado para po desisyonan kung ang articles of impeachment ay dapat po dinggin o hindi dinggin dahil po sa mga komplikasyon or constitutional infirmities na opinion po ng ibang mga abogado.
Senator Pimentel may respond.
Yes. Since I also want to respond, Mr. President. Well, I'm proceeding from my analogy of the Senate as a court, as the impeachment court. So meaning to say, we will allow the respondent or the impeached officer to put all of his or her objections against the case against her in her answer to the articles of impeachment. Lagay niya lahat doon. So therefore, if that is now my answer to the gentleman, that means that we can resolve such an issue as the impeachment court. So tama yung motion ko. If there is such let's convene. Kasi actually it's really more compliant with the Constitution eh. As soon as possible, convene na natin yung court. And then ulitin ko, ang purpose natin today is for the presiding officer to take his oath, for the presiding officer to administer our oath, to call the case against the Vice President, and then we can come up with the calendar for the trial of the said case. So part na dun sa trial, sa calendar for the trial of the said case, kailan mag-a-appear ang House panel of prosecutors. Okay, if we will not touch the original plan of the Senate President, that means a Wednesday pa yun so June 11, Wednesday ng 4 p.m. But of course, we as a court, we can advance that appearance. Simple communication lang naman yun, or notice to them to come here tomorrow. Kunyari, if should my motion prevail.
But such an allegation of that the articles of impeachment is constitutional infirm and therefore should not be heard, is that within the ambit or within the jurisdiction of the impeachment court to determine under the Constitution and also as well as under our rules?
Well, in the name of due process and to be fair to the respondent or the impeached officer, we should allow that person to put everything there, lahat ng objections niya against the case against her or him. So, lagay niya lahat doon. Ngayon, we can now debate now as a court. Ang reading ko kasi, trial by the Senate shall forthwith proceed. We will not entertain any motion to dismiss because we should try. But at the end of the proceedings, when we make our judgment, we can, of course, incorporate into our way of thinking, in our reasoning, to help us come up with our final judgment or the judgment to the final question. We can use the arguments presented by the parties.
Thank you, Mr. President. Without going into too much detail of the procedures, I'd like to thank the good minority leader for his enlightenment, and of course we respect his legal intellect, considering that he has topped the bar examination once upon a time. And once again, I thank the body for listening to this representation's manifestation. Maraming salamat po, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Gatchalian. Senator Estrada? Yes, what is the pleasure of our Senate President Pro Tem?
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a question addressed to the Minority Floor Leader, Mr. President, if I may. If and when the motion of the Minority Floor Leader prevails and is approved by this August Chamber, aside from the Senate President taking his oath and the Senate President administering his oath to all of us, what will happen next?
Well, that means we have convened the court, and then we will have to ask our clerk of court if we have a case load. Call the case. The clerk of court, who is the Secretary of the Senate, will report to us that we have a case. And then, since we have already convened the court, we should take advantage of the convening of the court by coming up with the calendar for the trial of the said case.
And then, after
that, we will follow the agreed upon calendar.
So we will, this August Chamber will convene as an impeachment court and will try the case during our vacation, because we are not deliberating on any legislative matter. Am I correct, Mr. President?
Yes, Mr. President. We will follow now the agreed upon calendar for the trial of the case. So, convene muna nga tayo ng court, then we will now talk about the details of the calendar.
So we will
gagawin
not
natin.
discuss any merits of the case. Am I correct? For now.
For now, yes. For now. Yun lang po yung purpose nun. Let us say, four purposes, four objectives. Why we can convene as a court, or why we should convene as a court today. Number one, the Senate President will take his oath as the presiding officer. Then we will take our oath before the Senate President. We will call the case against the Vice President, and we will now come up with the calendar on how we will try the case.
May I know
Susundin natin yun.
May I know, Mr. President, what is the difference if we convene today, tomorrow, or on Wednesday?
Yes, Mr. President, una sa lahat, Mr. President, alam nyo ba ang nakaschedule na bukas ay valedictory speeches? At saka, hindi na natin alam anong nakaschedule bukas. Ngayon, ang pag sinabi ng Constitution, trial by the Senate shall forthwith proceed. Hindi ba mas compliant tayo, not only with the words but with the spirit of the Constitution, if we now advance the convening of the court at umpisahan na natin yung mga preliminaries or formalities na kailangan din naman natin gawin. Let us convene the court, Mr. President, kaysa sa nagla-last day pa tayo na may agam-agam pa na baka during the session as a legislative body, merong motions dyan or issues dyan which will now eat up our time. Tapos darating na yung 12 midnight deadline na, Mr. President. And nangyari yun because nung Tuesday ay pinuno na lang natin yung ating agenda para may magawa tayo. Although valedictory speeches are important, no? Kasi para marinig nyo nga yung thank you naman namin sa lahat po ng maiiwan. But we could do that on Wednesday. So, my position is, it is more in keeping with the spirit, and more constant, more compliant with the spirit and wording of the Constitution, if we now convene as an impeachment court and do these important matters also in the organization of the Senate as the impeachment court.
The chair will relinquish my position in a while in order to speak in plenary, on the floor rather. But just to answer that point of the Honorable Pimentel, kaya po in-schedule ang valedictory bukas dahil nakaschedule po yung impeachment nga dapat sa Wednesday. Mahabang usapin yun, kinilala namin yun, kaya bukas in-schedule yun. Kung gagawin ngayon, natural, huling araw yon sa Wednesday. Dahil hindi pa natin alam ng mga panahong yon kung kaya na nga ba ng hanggang Lunes na ma-ratify lahat ng mga hinahabol nating panukalang batas. Just for the record, and lest aspersions be cast na magbabaledictory na kayo, hindi pa nyo ginagawa, because that was the schedule and nobody questioned it until today. So that was scheduled supposedly on that day. But just on that point, Senator Estrada may proceed.
No, I have no more questions. Yes, I think the Senate President has already voiced out his own opinion during one of his press conferences.
But I'd rather say it on the record here too, Your Honor. Senator Tulfo intimated to this representation his desire to speak on the matter as well.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a very short manifestation. Naalata ko kanina pa tayo back and forth, para nag-aaway na tayo dito. To solve the impasse siguro, we'll have to put it in a vote, whether to convene today or tomorrow. Somehow, we have to convene come what may. Magbutuhan na lang tayo para matapos na. Baka abutin tayo hanggang madaling araw, hindi pa rin natin napag-alalaman kung ano talaga ang dapat gawin natin. Let's do it. Let's put it in a vote. Kung tonight ba tayo magbutuhan or tomorrow? I mean, magbubutuhan tayo whether we convene today or tomorrow. That's it, plain and simple, para matapos na ang problema natin dito ngayon.
Duly noted.
Today or Wednesday? Kasi there are senators who want it to be on Wednesday. May mga senador na gusto ngayon. Let's put it in a vote. Pero somehow we have to convene, come what may. Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr.
We
President.
will, Your Honor. Being a deliberative body, parliamentary practice rules dictate that we do nothing less, that things be settled through a vote. In fact, there is a pending motion by the minority leader that will be redefined and clarified. However, Chair thought it best to allow a free and fair debate where all of the members will be heard who have an opinion on this matter before finally deciding on the point. Now, if there are no other members who wishes to add to the discussion or debate, Chair would like to ask permission to relinquish the chair so that the chair can go down and speak.